In today's world, there's certain diseases that often go undiagnosed and untreated. Because of this, they tend to persist to the point where one's quality of life becomes significantly compromised. One of these diseases is gout. It's a condition that roughly affects as much as 8.3 million Americans, according to the National Health and Nutritional Examination Survey from 2007 to 2008. Even more alarming is the fact the prevalence of this condition seems to be on the rise. The problem is, someone with gout could also end up with adrenal malfunction and eventually adrenal fatigue. This is because the disease affects your body's ability to respond to stress. Gout is a condition where a person has higher levels of uric acid than normal. The disease is also considered a type of arthritis, and it's characterized by uric acid crystals forming in the joints, and this causes a painful flare-up. The problem with this type of flare-up in the body is it also leads to other severe consequences. In fact, it can even compromise your body's stress response. Typically, a healthy body is more than capable of responding to any type of stressor. This is because the body has its own neuro-endo-metabolic stress response system that's made up of 6 key organs or system circuits. And all these circuits work both independently and interdependently to produce the stress response. Among these circuits is the way that your body turns food into energy, and this circuit becomes compromised the moment you have an increase in uric acid. Having higher than normal uric acid levels has been strongly associated with increased levels of dietary fructose. This was a finding stated by a study published in Hepatology 2012. The problem with this increase in the dietary fructose is it can severely affect the body's metabolism. This is because it causes malabsorption in the body, preventing food from being effectively turned into energy. Without the proper amount of energy, the body is essentially starved, and this triggers stress, which forces the adrenal glands to keep producing more cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. If left to persist, the adrenals will eventually become unable to keep up with the demand for the cortisol and other hormones, and this leads to severe hormonal imbalances, which can cause adrenal fatigue syndrome. At the same time, gout has been closely associated with stress and thus adrenal function. A study conducted in the Netherlands in 2018 has positively associated the high levels of uric acid with both major depressive disorder and anxiety disorder. In addition, another study published in the Archives of Internal Medicine in 1970 found considerable correlation between uric acid levels and cortisol levels in the body. Hence, it's believed the disease itself can possibly cause higher stress levels in a person. Because of this, one might also end up suffering from significant hormonal imbalances and eventually developing adrenal fatigue. Now that you have a better understanding about how this form of arthritis can possibly affect your body's stress response and trigger adrenal fatigue, it's time to discover what you can do to lower your risk of the disease. Alcoholic beverages, especially beer, have been proven to increase the body's uric acid levels. Hence, they can make your arthritis worse and lead to experiencing more pain. At the same time, alcohol tends to suppress adrenal function, affecting the adrenal gland's ability to produce enough cortisol during times of stress. Furthermore, the consumption of alcohol also tends to lead to a compromised liver. This means the liver would have to work harder to rid the body of the hormones circulating in excess. Having several cups of coffee throughout the day can make your condition worse. In a study conducted in 2010, it showed consuming more than 6 servings of a caffeine beverage the previous day was associated with a 3.3-fold higher risk of suffering a gout flare-up. The consumption of caffeine also causes the adrenal glands to become further overworked. This is because the caffeine tends to stimulate neuron activity within the brain. And when this happens, the neurons would alert the pituitary gland, which in turn signals the adrenal glands to produce more cortisol and adrenaline. Purine is a heterocyclic aromatic organic compound, and it's been associated with high uric acid levels. Hence, avoiding foods with a high purine content like alcoholic beverages, anchovies, sardines, bacon, veal and liver can help prevent further flare-ups in the joints. Moreover, the higher the uric acid levels in the body, the more compromised your body's metabolism, and this would make it harder to turn food into energy. When you're already suffering from this arthritic condition, moving constantly can be difficult and painful. Hence, to relieve the pain, it's recommended you take as much rest and sleep as possible. This way, the affected joint can also be rested, and the pain can subside. At the same time, getting enough sleep and rest can go a long way in helping to fight adrenal fatigue, since it significantly lowers your stress levels. This way, the adrenals and the rest of your body stand a better chance of recovering and getting their functions back to normal. Nutrition plays an important role in helping your body to avoid or recover from this form of arthritis. Hence, aside from eating healthy food, it's also recommended you take certain supplements. Among these are vitamin C, which is said to help prevent and even relieve the symptoms. At the same time, the vitamin C is also known to be effective in both preventing high blood pressure and enhancing adrenal function. One of the herbs that's most recommended for gout is celery seed extract. This is because the celery seed extract is said to effectively help to control the uric acid levels in the body, and this makes it easier for someone to avoid flare-ups. At the same time, it's been found the celery seed extract can also help to keep your blood pressure levels in check. This in turn decreases stress and anxiety, which will further help your adrenals to start recovering from the fatigue. Anthocyanins are water-soluble vascular pigments. They're found in purple and red fruits like cherries and red berries. The anthocyanins are known to have powerful anti-inflammatory properties, making them effective in preventing gout flare-ups. Cherries are particularly known to have a good amount of anthocyanins. In fact, a study published in the Arthritis and Rheumatology Journal of 2012 found consuming cherries for 2 days in a row can lower one's risk of gout by as much as 35%. Meanwhile, another study published in the Journal of Nutrition in 2003 found consuming cherries can also significantly lower the plasma urate levels among healthy women. To learn more about gout, to book a consultation or learn about herbs, supplements and natural treatments, check out my website.